Hello, bonjour, namaste, ni hao, and ohio everybody. What is going on? It is Galeriot here. Welcome back to the YouTube channel once again for another Danmachi Memoria Freese video. And today we are going to be going over all the latest information that has been dropped in the JP live stream, including information about the upcoming 6th anniversary. We know what's coming up, and when I say that you guys are probably going to be disappointed, well, I'm not exaggerating on that fact. You guys are probably going to be disappointed. Now, of course, if you guys go on to enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel for more Danmachi and Danmachi Memoria Freese content, and of course let me know in the comment section down below of all the things that dropped today. What are you guys most excited about? What are you disappointed about? Give me your thoughts. I'm very curious to see what you guys have to say in the comment section down below. Now, first and foremost, let's start off with the 6th anniversary. And in fact, actually, before we get into the 6th anniversary beginning, they decided to talk a little bit more about the announcement that they made yesterday regarding the fact that there's going to be no new original stories after the 6th anniversary and everything. They did confirm that that was still being enacted upon, that was still going to happen, but they did assure the player base in the live stream itself that the service was going to continue after the anniversary. They were going to be dropping new units, new campaigns will be coming. It's just that there will be no new original story. And the thing is, right, the developers that were there, right, the developer and producer Nakahara-san and the director of the game as well, he was there, right? They were talking about it, and they definitely were there was a lot of emotions there for sure. You could hear, you know, the director of the game, one of the developers of the game, actually also choking up while talking. So they do care about the game. There is a care for this game. It's just that obviously, you know, good things come to an end. Good things always come to an end, and unfortunately, you know, Danmemo has run its course. It's 7 years old nearly, or it'll become 7 years old next year when it'll probably shut down. It's reached its 6th anniversary this year, and of course, with the new games coming out and the whole gacha landscape changing, I think it made a lot of sense for them to decide and make this decision when they knew that they couldn't even push further than this, especially with the new games coming out. Not just Battle Chronicle, but the other game being developed by NeoWiz and Grease. So it made sense. So they basically were just talking about that at the start, saying, you know, talking a little bit about their time and the effort they put into Danmemo and whatnot, along with the fact that they're still going to be giving service at least for the foreseeable future after the anniversary with new units and stuff like that, but they cannot give any new story because they just don't know where to go from here, basically. And then they immediately decided to start off talking about the 6th anniversary, and this is where things went for a little bit of a downhill trend, unfortunately, because they announced that the 6th anniversary for Danmemo was going to be indeed Sword Oratoria Volume 12, and oh boy, were people not happy about this. I know my reaction was just disbelief. If you watch, by the way, we did do a live stream going over the live stream and everything, you know, reacting to it, live translating everything and all that jazz. You can go check out that live stream. It's still up on the channel. It's unarchived, so you can go and check it out whenever you want. But I know that I had I'm pretty sure my face was full of disbelief, and I'm pretty sure everybody in the chat as well were like, what the frick? What do they mean, Sword Oratoria 12? Because we were all going into this saying that, you know, it's possibly Zeus and Hera, probably Albert and Arya. You know, going out with a bang, it would have made sense for them to go for an original, nice story that everybody's been looking forward to. Instead, we're getting Sword Oratoria Volume 12. They are saying that the final battle for the fate of Orario completely adapted in-game with all new additional story content. So there is going to be some additional story content because they kind of have to have additional story content, because I ain't gonna lie, Volume 12 is a fantastic light novel. Don't get me wrong, okay? So Volume 12 to me personally is a fantastic light novel. I love Volume 12. Sword Oratoria Volume 12 is, in all honesty, probably one of Amori Sensei's best works, in all honesty. Outside of maybe like Argonaut and maybe a Stray Record, I think that's his best work, frankly speaking. But it is a one novel book, basically. It's one novel, it's 400 pages, it's technically 2 books worth. I suppose you can say it's 2 books worth of content, basically, and you add in some content, maybe you can get it to about 2.5 books worth. The previous anniversaries that we've had in the last 3 years that have been 3 months long, from June to August, have all been 3 parts and worthy of being 3 books worth, basically. They're 3 light novels worth of content. And the thing is, you come to this anniversary, which is 4 months long, June to September. My question is, first and foremost, how are you gonna pad it? It's going to have to be padded extremely massively. It has to be padded massively, otherwise they're going to just do short sections for each part, and that's not really that crazy. And then the second thing is, why Sword of Oratoria 12? What was the reasoning behind making this your big story for the 6th anniversary? I don't understand that. I really do not understand the whole notion behind making SO12 the 6th anniversary. I get that this is the year of Lafia, as Omori sensei said, and everything, but like, I think this could have been probably something else and it would have been better. I would say if I had to rate this anniversary already with early, you know, hype and everything, it's like a 5 out of 10. It's not bad, but I'm not the most excited about it either, to be quite honest. Of course, when the story is live and we do the live reactions and everything to the story and everything, that's something we're gonna do, by the way, I'll be very excited. But like right now, you know, when you had the expectation of getting Albert and Arya or Zeus and Hera familiars, and you get this, it's kind of like a backstabbing sort of thing. Like, we supported this game for so long, and then the last thing you guys did, the big event that you were gonna give us, is this. And it's like, man, out of everything, this is what you give us? Really? Like, come on now, man, come on. But oh well, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I like I said, I'll still be excited when the anniversary starts, but could this have been something more? Abso-freaking-lutely, it should have been something more. It shouldn't have been Sword Oratoria Volume 12. It should have been something else. I cannot defend it, unfortunately. As much as I'd like to sit here and say like, oh, it's gonna be exciting, oh, it's gonna be fantastic, you guys are, you know, you guys are tripping if you thought it was gonna be that, this or that. No, I can't say that because I was one of y'all. I'm one of y'all in that regards. I understand that it is a good thing that they're at least going to adapt Sword Oratoria 12, because there's a very good chance that if they had done something else, and you know, they wouldn't have done anything after the 6th anniversary in regards to an adapted material or anything, like let's say they just simply did not do any new event, then it would have been very sad, because you know, we got Sword Oratoria 11, we went off of a cliffhanger, and we don't have the finale in Sword Oratoria 12 in game, right? So I guess in that regards there is something, but like, yeah, I feel like they could have and should have probably gone for something a little bit different. It's very disappointing, but it's just how it is. I mean, we can't change much now. It's gonna be it's disappointing right now. Hopefully, you know, as we get closer, the hype will get reinvigorated with, you know, the trailer and everything, because one thing that they do well is they do tend to hype it up pretty nicely when it comes to these anniversaries, so maybe that'll help a lot, right? But that's only gonna happen when we get to the live stream, the main live stream. So yeah, next up, what they talked about was Danmemo's JP 6th anniversary Eve celebration. So the pre-anniversary campaign is going to be starting this Thursday, of course, right? We all have a bunch of rerun gachas coming up as well. You can take a look at some of the ones in this screen of yours. Knights of Fiona, Twilight Dream, you've got Valhalla Panic, Eyes in Wonderland, the Christmas banner. You have also the Recollections of the Wind, Xenos Reverse. You have a lot of these banners coming back up, so that's fine. So basically the way this works is that every week we will get a new part of Knights of Fiona. So this week we're gonna get Knights of Fiona part 1, and then across this week, along with Knights of Fiona, we're gonna get some other banners. So we're gonna get Xenos Reverse first and foremost from the 26th to the from the 27th to the 29th of May. Then we will get the Recollections of the Wind from the 29th of May to the 31st of May, and then from the 31st of May to the 2nd of June, we're gonna get Eyes in Wonderland. So basically every 3 days they'll replace the side gachas, basically every 3 days, and then every week we're gonna get the new gacha. So on the 1st of June we're gonna get Knights of Fiona part 2, and then on the 2nd of June we're gonna get the main story release gachas for episodes 13 to 17 featuring Dix and Valletta, and then on the other side we're gonna get Lina and Line, basically. Then from the 4th to the 6th, the Christmas banners are going to come back. I'm absolutely going to be summoning for them. Then, not summoning for them, I'm going to be summoning for Aina to try and get her MLB. Then on the 6th of June, we're going to get Valhalla Panic. Then on the 8th of June, we're going to get the Knights of Fiona Part 3 banner. And then on the 10th, we're going to get Astrea Record light novels, as well as on the 12th, we'll get the second half of the Astrea Record light novels. So a good set of banners basically coming as reruns. So to give you guys an idea on how it exactly works, so the Knights of Fiona gacha banners will also have a 1, 3, 5, 7, 9th pull as half price, and then the second, fourth, sixth, eighth, and 10th steps are going to be guaranteed. So it's like your normal rerun gacha banner for the Knights of Fiona, but for the general banners, the other banners that you can see right here, basically, that aren't the Knights of Fiona banners, they will guarantee you a 4-star unit on the first, third, and fifth pulls, and then the second and fourth pulls are half price. So there's only 5 steps on these rerun gacha banners. They don't put extra steps or anything of that sort. So that's something that you want to take into consideration if you are going on these banners, basically, if you are going in on these banners. So let's take a look ahead as to what they showed off as well. You also have the Sacred Spear gacha as well, which is a paid Iris banner as well. So there is that factor as well. You're going to be able to, you know, pay for the gacha and try and get one of these units. So there is that. It's one of the Knights of Fiona gacha banners, by the way. No other units are available on this banner. So if you're looking for specifically some of the Knights of Fiona gacha units, you can pick them up from here. Again, it is paid Iris only, so bear that in mind if you're looking to get them. So these are the available units available, applicable select units, of course, right? So yeah, there you go. Master of Familiar War Games is also coming very, very soon. The schedule is as follows. This week we're gonna get War Games. It's going to be a pre-Familiar War Games season, basically. Then next week we're gonna get Familiar War Games, and then on the 9th of June we're gonna get Master of Familiar War Games. Now, usually Familiar War Games sets up a pattern of getting a potential Hero Festa at this point in time, basically. So whenever we get a Familiar War Games or MFWG, we tend to get a Hero Festa, but this time it was not the case. This time it was not the case whatsoever. So we'll get on to that in just a second. So of course, if you are looking to try and catch up on the story, all main story stamina will be half stamina, so that's going to be great. And along with that, we will be getting episodes 9 to 11 or volumes 9 to 11 of Sword Oratoria in the main story of Sword Oratoria. So that's going to be a bunch of Iris for players as well, because that's going to be basically a new chapter every week we're going to be getting. So they said that episodes will be added to the main story every week for 3 weeks. So episode 23 to 30 will be added this week, 31 to 37 next week, and then the following week it'll be 38 to 43. Right now we're on 22, so we have 21 chapters getting added, which is really, really nice in my personal opinion. That's going to be a lot of Iris for players, and it's a good source of Iris. It's a very, very good source of Iris. Now, these are the 2 new units coming to the pre-anniversary event as well. We have 2 new gacha units, a unmasked Fiona and a unmasked Finn. So I guess we were somewhat right with the unmasked Fiona. We were definitely right on her, actually. The Finn, we were kind of right. I was expecting it to be a properly masked Finn, but it's only a unmasked Finn. Nonetheless, it's okay. It is what it is. But if you take a look at the units themselves, Finn is an earth unit and Fiona is a wind unit. So what we're going to do is we're going to quickly switch over to the notepad, and I'm going to show you guys the translation that Jossie got us. So big shout outs to Jossie for this. He's done a fantastic job with the translations as always. So let's take a look at Fiona first and foremost, who's at the very top here. So Fiona does an essay of foes ultra wind physical attack with ultra penetration rate and temporary great strength boost and self STR 100% for 4 turns, and foes AoE and SC damage plus 50% for 4 turns. And she does 4 additional actions of foes high wind physical attack with ultra penetration rate, and she also shortens the status buffs on foes by 4 turns and extends the status debuffs on them by 2 turns. It's not a bad essay. I'm not the biggest fan of it because temporary great strength boost in 2023 is not great, to be quite honest, but the rest of what she does support ability wise and everything is pretty solid. Her first skill is 103 MP. It's an AoE fast, removes AoE and ST damage reduction buffs and dexterity minus 40% for 1 turn. She also gives herself a AoE and ST damage taken minus 60% and STR agility and wind attack damage plus 70% for 6 turns, and adds 3 additional actions of mid-wind physical attack with ultra penetration rate and shorten status buffs by 3 turns and extend status debuffs by 1 turn. Very much a stall breaker kind of unit, effectively, right? Being able to remove the AoE and ST damage reduction, reducing dexterity, giving herself all the additional boosts as well, and also reducing the short status buffs, turns, and everything on additional effects. Sorry, it makes sense, right? She's a stall breaker. Second skill is 63 MP, foes slow super wind physical attack with ultra and counter rate, skill damage plus 30% per self STR and agility buff skill, and allies extend status buffs by 3 turns and 10% MP heal. But yeah, very much a stall breaker, nothing crazy, I would say. Again, if you are using a stall breaker team, she'll fit in extremely well, but otherwise, if you aren't, it's better off not summoning for her, to be quite honest. Her third skill is 45 MP, foe high wind physical attack with ultra penetration rate, skill damage plus 60% per self STR agility buff, and allies 10% MP heal. And then these are her passives: 45% earth res, 35% STR magic endurance, agility, dexterity, 20% damage on crit, 20% damage on penetration, and beast killer. Now we move on to Finn, and Finn is a much more interesting unit to me personally because I feel like he fits extremely well with Otaro, to be quite honest, and a sort of counter team. So his special arts is foes ultra earth physical attack with ultra on god rate and temporary great strength boost and remove status buffs, and self STR 100% for 4 turns and 60% MP heal, and adds 4 additional actions of high earth physical attack on foes with ultra on god rate damage plus 60% per foe agility and P-res debuff, and inflicts slow. S1 108 MP, allies fast remove STR P-res M-res debuffs and 40% HP heal, and self STR P-res and M-res 60% and earth attack damage plus 100% for 6 turns, and 3 additional actions against foes with mid earth physical attack with ultra on god rate and 40% damage per agility P-res debuff, and inflicts slow for 1 turn. Third skill is 46 MP, foe or higher earth physical attack with ultra on god rate, skill damage plus 60% per foe, agility P-res debuff, and allies heal status ailments. Very nice abilities, to be quite honest. I think it's really solid. Like I said, I think he fits really well with a unit like Otaro, say for example, with the ability to inflict slow and all the support ability. He's going to be solid. I think, like I said, he'll work really well on counter as well as with Otaro, so look forward to those sort of teams. The passives look to be the same: 45% thunder res, 35% STR magic endurance, agility, dexterity, 20% damage on crit and penetration, 30% P-res and M-res, so he basically gets 90% P-res and M-res. I think it's a little bit higher than even Otaro, which is insane, and giant killer. Very solid unit. I think if you have Otaro +5, I really wouldn't blame you trying to go for this Finn, to be quite honest. I think he makes a lot of sense, to be fair. He does make a lot of sense. But yeah, like I said, there is no Festa unit. These aren't Festa units. They're only time limited 4 stars. So there's only 4,000 iris well, there's only 10 steps and only 4,000 iris for you to spend on this banner, rather than the 20 steps and 6,400 iris. Personally, the more I think about it, right, I do prefer Hero Festas to a certain degree in this sort of situation, purely because 2 units, 6,400 iris, it's a little bit more, but you get more steps and a better chance to pull them. I feel like it's a bit better, but I can also understand why people prefer the time limited units as well. 14710 is your guaranteed steps. If you guys are going for them, good luck. Hopefully you do well on the banner. I'm going to be summoning for them as well, and in hopes I can get Unmasked Fiona just to have it as part of my collection. That's the way I want to work with this. So this is the scheduling for the gacha. Take a picture of it if you guys want to. My head is pretty much just covering the part 3 banner for Knights of Fiona right here, basically. But effectively the way it works is the 2 banners that will be here for the entire duration will be this banner, particularly the Fragments of an Unforgettable Memory, as well as the paid Sacred Spear Gacha, the paid banner with all the Knights of Fiona units. And then every week they will be shifting from part 1 of Knights of Fiona to part 2 of Knights of Fiona, and then part 3 of Knights of Fiona. And then across every 3 days, they'll be basically dropping the rerun gachas from specific events like Xenos Reverse, Recollections of the Wind, and so on and so forth. So like I said, if you want to take a note of the scheduling, feel free to take a snapshot. It'll be very easy for you guys to remember. So there will be a tale as well called Fragments of an Unforgettable Memory. This is where they do sort of like a TLDR of every specific event, basically, and at the end of the event you will be able to choose a 4-star guaranteed 11 draw gacha to draw. So basically you get a fragment exchange ticket, and then you can exchange for a specific ticket that will allow you to draw on any one of the gachas. So the gachas that you can choose from will be from these selections. So in my personal opinion, the best one to probably go for is probably that Sword Oratoria 13 Lafia. Honestly, we aren't getting a rerun gacha for her, which is a damn shame, but I really think that she's probably the best unit to go for because you're guaranteed that Lafia, right? However, I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to go for like Return of the Hero, you want to go for Knights of Fiona or something like that. I think it makes sense if you want to go for one of those, but I do think that Sword Oratoria 13 Lafia rerun gacha is probably the best one, to be quite honest. I think personally it is the best one. So yeah, the story unlock is, it's a time gated tale, by the way, so you will only gain access to some of the tales. We're gonna start off with Knights of Fiona and Recollections of the Wind. On the first we'll get Xenos Reverse, Eyes in Wonderland, and Overture of the Sword and Spear, and then on the 28th, we'll get Valhalla Panic, Return of the Hero Part 1 and 2, and then Gnosis War as well. So bear that in mind. Now we are also getting a login bonus, which will give us 600 iris, which is brilliant. It is fantastic. 600 iris is always nice. And then on the final 4 days to 5 days of the 6th anniversary or the pre-6th anniversary event campaign and the leading up to the 6th anniversary start itself, we are going to be getting some items. On day 1, we'll get 5 Ascension Fauna, 15 Hero Fauna on 2nd day, 3rd day 3 Hero Light, 4th day will be a 4-star guarantee ticket. Now, based on previous anniversary countdown login bonuses, the final day will be about 1,000 iris minimum. So it's going to be a big chunk of iris on the final day, so be sure to not miss out on it. So yeah, basically this is everything that's coming in this pre-anniversary campaign. So yeah, the schedule is as follows. On the 25th, we will be getting Fragments of an Unforgettable Memory, Sacred Spear gacha. The rerun gachas will be starting. 23 to 30 main story chapters will be added. Then we have a Anniversary Eve bundle as well. We are getting the heroic trials for the second part of the volume 7 gacha banners, so the second half. The Adamantite basically banner we're going to be getting. Then we'll have war games, of course, the pre-familiar war games season for war games. Telskira Abyss is resetting this week as well. On the 26th, we'll have the login bonus. First, we're getting 31 to 37 of Overture of the Sword and Spear. We are also getting a new Memoria as well. This Memoria will give you fire, water, and dark attack damage from turns 11 to 15 plus 6%. It's not a bad Memoria, not a great one either. It's just there for the most part. Iris combo with another item, of course, training war games, familiar war games. Then on the 8th of June, we're getting 38 to 43 episodes being added to Sword Oratoria main story, Record Buster, Telskira Abyss, and Master of Familiar War Games. Now, the main thing to note is that basically they are going to be also doing a stream next week. I'm not going to be live for that one, but there will be a stream next week, just a very casual stream it seems like. Probably, I assume, maybe like concept art will be shown for the Unmasked Fiona and stuff. But along with that, we are also going to be getting a anniversary stream on the 13th of June basically. So this is what it's called, Danmemo Fest 2023. This is where they'll do it live in person with like audience members and everything. The applications for the audience members is going live in the next couple of days, I think, and it'll end on the 30th basically. But it's going to be in public, it's going to be live. This is where they'll make the announcement for the new units. They'll show the trailer off for the anniversary and everything. Also, on top of that, last year for Danmemo Fest 2022, they did announce main series volume 18 there. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get volume 19's announcement in this Danmemo Fest live stream. But let me know what you guys think of this entire news piece, basically the live stream. I mean, the big piece of news, of course, is the 6th anniversary being Sword Oratoria 12, which I know a lot of people are probably going to be very frustrated, annoyed, and downright disappointed about. I am one of you guys in that regards. I am very much disappointed. That being said, though, I think the best way to do it is just enjoy what we get. You know, take it on the chin sort of thing. It's the finale. We may as well see what happens. I mean, like I said, it's a very good story. I urge people to read it no matter what, you know, the situation may be. You know, I know that it's not the best thing on the planet, or it's not the best thing they could have done, but it's what we're getting, right? It's what we're getting, and it's the final thing that we're gonna get from them in terms of a story content. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think. I'm very curious to see what you guys have to say in the comment section below. Maybe I might do a community reaction. I don't know. I'm not sure about it, to be quite honest, at this point in time, but we'll see. Of course, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please be sure to leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel for more Danmachi and Danmachi Memoria Freese content, and I will see you guys next time. Take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.